Hello everybody and welcome to the Fancy Sip Review. Today on the Fancy Sip Review I'm going to be trying the new flavor in the limited run 2023 by Mountain Dew GameFuel. This flavor is going to be the Mythic Punch flavor, and it is being used as a promotional tie-in for the Blizzard Entertainment game Diablo 4. This is going to be the second time that Blizzard has collaborated with Mountain Dew to make a GameFuel flavor to promote their video game. The last time Blizzard worked with Mountain Dew was all the way back in 2009 when they released two flavors, the Horde Red as well as the Alliance Blue. And usually when Mountain Dew GameFuel comes out, the flavor that most people rush for is the Citrus Cherry. On the Fancy Sip Review, I've already reviewed the Citrus Cherry, which is being used this time as a promotional tie-in for the video game Halo Infinite. So this is also going to be the third time that Halo has been used to sell Mountain Dew. Or I guess technically it's vice versa. But let us see what is in this Mountain Dew that makes everybody want to buy it. Usually when people talk about releases of Mountain Dew flavors, it's usually either going to be Baja Blast or the GameFuel that people are excited for. Usually the Christmas flavors or the Voodoo usually doesn't taste as good. And as I've already reviewed the Citrus Cherry, you know my opinion on this drink before I even give it a review. So let's see what's in this drink. You are getting, in the nutrition facts, 170 calories, 60 milligrams of sodium, 46 carbohydrates, 45 grams of sugar, with an included 45 grams of sugar. In the ingredients, you are getting carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, citric acid, natural flavor, sodium benzoate, preserving the freshness, gum arabic, caffeine, potassium sorbate, preserving the freshness, sodium citrate, glycerol ester of rosin, calcium disodium, EDTA to protect the flavor, sucrose, acetate isobutyrate, red 40, and blue 1 are the colors in this drink. So let's see what the can looks like, which is the major selling point to a lot of people. At least if this was a G Fuel flavor, the can would be 99% of what people are buying it for. However, with the Mountain Dew GameFuel, people are actually buying it for the taste and not just as a collectible can. So in the can, what you are seeing up at the top will start. It says Diablo 4, which again is the game that's the promotional tie-in. It says Xbox. I thought Diablo 4 was a PC game, which I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know why it says Xbox outside of the Halo promotion. On this part of the can, it shows some evil woman who is probably a bad guy in the Diablo series, or a good guy and you play as her to kill the good guys. I genuinely have no clue. Right here it says Fruit Punch, tells you what the flavor is supposed to be. Over here, it shows some other monster-looking person. Never played these games. I know nothing about it. In terms of dungeon crawlers, the only game that I know is the Gauntlet Dark Legacy series, which came out in the 90s. I used to play that game before going to play laser tag with my friends or seeing a movie. And I remember they would always say, Red Mage needs food badly. I don't think Diablo has any cool quotes or anything from the game, but I'm not a Diablo gamer. I know nothing about it. I'm just ripping on the game. On this side of the can, it is showing you the nutrition facts as well as the ingredient. I'll let you pause there if you're actually interested, but can't imagine you are. I believe what you clicked this video for was to see the Fancy Sipper's opinion on the taste of the drink. Again, you are buying this to actually drink. You are not buying this to save the cans, put them in the background like people tell me to do in my video game or my videos, which is an interesting idea, but it's just trash. I'm just going to end up throwing these all away. I want to crack this open right now and let you know how it smells before I taste it. So in the terms of the color, you are getting a pretty lavender purple looking color. This does look a lot more blue on the camera, but I guess as you get closer, you do see a lot more of this purple color. This is the Mythic Punch flavor, as I keep repeating. So it is interesting to see a blue version of what is a punch flavor. Usually, if you think Hawaiian Punch, you were thinking a more red color. But this is the complete opposite. Well, not really the complete opposite. It would be blue, but purple's pretty close to the opposite. Maybe this is a berry flavor fruit punch. I'm going to give this a smell. It does smell a lot like a fruit punch flavored drink. It does have a small hint of berry to it as well, though. Let's see how this sits in the mouthfeel portion of the review. It's hard to review mouthfeel without swallowing it and knowing how it tastes and kind of spoiling the review, but I will say this. When you put this in your mouth, you are not getting any weird fake sugar taste. This is using real sugar, as stated already. This is pretty much your whole day's amount of sugar in this one 12-ounce can. So with that said, the flavor alone is pretty tasty. You're not getting much of a carbonation taste. What you are getting is a lot of sweetened, sugary flavor. Now I'm going to give this my first sip and give my review on my initial thoughts on the taste. So what this drink reminds me a lot of is a fruit punch drink. However, it does have minor taste of the ingredients that make up the voltage flavor. Whereas when I reviewed the GameFuel Citrus Cherry, saying that it reminded me a lot of mixing voltage with Code Red, this drink reminds me a bit of taking a fruit punch flavored Mountain Dew, which I'm sure there's been millions of them at this point, but also putting a little bit of voltage in it. Not so much of the strength of it where it's very overpowering. This is again a very tasty fruit punch flavored Mountain Dew, but it does remind me a bit of voltage if I were to have to explain what the additional flavoring of this drink is. Give this one more sip. So with the Mountain Dew GameFuel, the 2023 lineup at least, I will say personally, I do think that the citrus cherry flavor is the better of the two. I do think that this flavor is a very tasty flavor, and if it was to be sold permanently, I don't think that this would sell as well as Code Red or Voltage. Well, maybe Voltage, but not Code Red. I do think that the flavor is the tastiest of the newer flavors Mountain Dew's released this year. This is by far better than the Voodoo 2023. This is better than all of the Baja Blast. This is a very good, tasty flavored Mountain Dew. I can't give this a 10 out of 10, but I will be giving this a 9.5 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching this video. I've been the Fancy Sipper, and cheers.